Welcome to the video, guys. My name is Mr. Pink. I'm the founder of Pink, a creative AI studio, and today we're here for the Weavy AI Masterclass. I'm going to explain you everything, so how the basics are working, and then we're going to work ourselves up to more advanced workflows. So I got for you today the unlimited AI UGC workflow, and we're also going to take a look at the AI photo shoot. So we're going to do a whole fashion campaign in one workflow. So let's get started, guys. Let's log in together, guys. Just click sign in over the right hand corner. And yeah, basically this is how Weavy looks from inside. We're going to start off with the basics. I'm going to show you how to generate a workflow from scratch. I'm going to explain all the nodes, and then we're going to move on to the more advanced workflow. So I have prepared an AI UGC workflow for you guys where we're going to generate our model. Then we're going to add some realism to her face with the realism enhancer. And then we're going to generate unlimited UGC content from this one photo. And finally, we're even enabled to animate it.
Okay, this was intense, but like...
So I think it's very powerful. The second workflow I will also be sharing with you guys is the AI photo shoot. So we're going to do a whole fashion campaign inside one workflow. And how it works is that we're also going to start generating our model right here. Then we're going to insert our clothes from our brand we're going to be working with today. And then we're going to combine it together. So we're going to dress our model up. And then we can start the photo shoot. We're going to generate multiple scenes here. And finally, we're even going to animate it as well and generate a whole video like this. So I think it's very, very powerful. And yeah, both of these workflows will be available for you guys. So how you can access them, you will have to click the first link below. It's my 100% free school community, and you can navigate to the classroom. Then you will find the Weavy Masterclass module, and you can go to the resources, and both of the workflows will be linked, as well as you will get 150 credits for free to try out everything as well when you sign up through the link. So yeah, feel free to give it a try. And also I can just encourage you to check out the school community. It's an amazing place. We're over 1,700 AI creators in there. We're connecting together, testing the best AI tools. We are even starting projects together and have live calls. So make sure to check it out, and I'll see you guys inside. Let's create a new workflow together. We go to the upper right hand corner and click create new file. This will bring us to this empty canvas right here. And the reason why this is called a workflow builder or a node-based editor is because when we go to the left side, you will see that we have all kinds of different nodes we can drag onto the canvas. Nodes can be everything from text inputs like prompts, or image models or video models. So if you go all the way up, we can, for example, take this prompt box and take it onto our canvas. And here we can now start describing what we want to generate. For example, I want to generate a pink elephant. So in order to generate a workflow, we have to add more nodes to it, correctly? So the workflow is basically consisting of several nodes doing multiple steps for us inside one canvas. So what we could do now is go to the left side and click here to the image models, and then take an image model of our choice and also bring it to the canvas. As you guys can see, we basically have everything available right here. This is a big advantage of these workflow builders, that they have all the video models, all the best image models, all in one place. And we can basically make a whole workflow with the best of the best. So let's take Nano Banana right here, drag it onto the canvas. And now we can take our prompt box with the input from the beginning and connect this one to Nano Banana 2. This is our first workflow. And now we can run this model and generate our first image. Let's take a look together at the result, guys. As you guys can see, we have now generated our pink elephant right here. And the good part about these workflow builders is that they are very flexible, so we're not limited to one image model. Even though I really like Nano Banana 2, we can navigate to the left side, click image models, and yeah, basically bring on more image models to the canvas. For example, we can take on ChatGPT image 1.5. I think it's a good one as well. And I really like what Higgsfield is doing recently, so we're also going to bring on this one. And as you guys can see, we can just grab these nodes and yeah, basically arrange them in our canvas as we want. So let's bring them up here and then also connect them to our prompt box from the beginning, which is basically saying we want to generate a pink elephant. So let's connect both of these image models as well and give them both a run. And the good part now is we can compare the results and see which output we prefer the most and can work from there. So what we could do then is maybe if we say, okay, this one is our favorite, we can also go ahead and go for the video models. And then maybe, yeah, let's see what is a good one. I really like Kling 3.0. So let's get Kling 3, put it onto the canvas as well. And then we can take our result from the beginning and add it as a first frame, and now we could animate it. Before we're going to do that, let's wait for the other results so we have a bit more of a comparison. And also what you can do is you can click on these nodes and you will see that a little menu is going to pop off where you can basically put in your settings. So you can change the resolution, you can change the aspect ratio as well. And yeah, I think it's a very good overview how you can build your first workflow. Let's wait for the last result and then we can choose which one we want to animate in the video model. As you guys can see, we have now generated multiple images in different video models. We have the one here from ChatGPT, we have our pink elephant from Nano Banana, and finally we have our elephant from Higgsfield image. So in the next step, we want to move on from image models to video models. So I think this one right here is still my favorite. So let's get rid of the rest. And basically there are two ways how we can start creating a video inside Weavy. So the first one would actually be to go over here to our, I would say, node overview and take in a prompt box. And from here we could describe what kind of video we want to generate. For example, we could say woman walking in New York. So if we want to bring this text prompt to life, all we got to do is now go over here to the video models and we can choose our favorite video model we want to animate this text prompt with. So we have all the good video models from Google VO, we have Sora 2, we have Pixel Video, we have Kling 3. So in our case, we're going to go with, let's do, I also like Grok Imagine. I think they are really catching up when it comes to video models. So let's give it a shot. We're going to connect this prompt to the video model and we give it a run, and as a result we will have a video. As you guys can see, we have now generated a woman walking through New York. So let's take a quick look at this together, guys. This is basically the first way how we can generate videos inside Weavy. All we did was take a prompt onto the canvas, describe what we want to generate, and then we're going to connect this prompt to an image model of our choice and bring it to life. The second approach we could choose if we want more control over the videos, that we give an existing image we have generated as a reference to the image model as well. So we can take this pink elephant and connect it to a video model. What we could also do to get even more control is to take another prompt from the left side of the node overview and take this prompt box to the canvas and describe what is happening inside the video. So for example, we could say the elephant is walking through the screen. And then we can also take this prompt box as well and connect it together to the video model. Now we have two inputs. We have the text input, what is happening, and the reference image. So it's going to use this as a start frame. By doing so, we have a lot of control. So let's give this a run. As you guys can see, we have now generated our video of the pink elephant walking through the screen. So let's take a quick look together, guys. And yeah, I think it's just amazing what we can now do nowadays with AI video models and how much control we have over the scene. So basically what it did was it took this reference right here from the beginning and combined it with the instructions we gave it right here and took this together into one video. So this was a quick overview of what's possible inside Weavy Workflow Builders. So we can put in text prompts and connect them to a image model of our choice and bring them to life. And then we can even take these references and connect them to an image model and also take it a step further and animate the scene. So if we take a look at all of this, you might be thinking, yeah, well, I could have also done this in Higgsfield, and that's correct. But now I will show you an example where more functionality of Weavy will also be displayed and the true value of these workflows will come to life. I'm going to show you now how you can generate unlimited AI UGC like this, all 100% automated in one workflow. And yes, the structure might look a little bit intimidating in the beginning, but I'm going to show you everything step by step. So the first thing we're going to do is going to generate our model. And it's going to work a little bit like in the beginning with our pink elephant that we're going to put in a text box, describe what we want to generate and give this to an image model. But it's going to be a little bit more advanced right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take two inputs, two prompt boxes, and then going to give this to an LLM first before we give it to the image model. So let me explain you the structure a little bit more detailed. This structure works the following. So first of all, we have our input box right here. Here we're going to describe the model we want to generate. There are no limitations. We can just say what we want to generate. A female, in our case, it's Caucasian, skin tone, we got black hair, and she's wearing a white shirt and a jeans. The second input we're going to give to the LLM is this system prompt right here. We're not going to change anything. It's basically an instruction we're going to give to the LLM as well, so it knows exactly how to structure a prompt. So it's basically saying you generate high fidelity photographic prompts, you're using a strict JSON architecture, and then it's going to give this whole structure to the LLM as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take both of these inputs, right? We described our model. We're going to give it a clear structure on how to write the prompt. We're going to give both of these things to the LLM. And when we run the model, it will write the perfect prompt for us. And this result we will then give to the image model to generate our final model. And as you guys can see, it generates really great outputs. And the reason for this structure is, if we have this model right here and we maybe want to change something, all we're going to have to do is go to the first input prompt right here and we can just change some features. For example, we could say we want blonde hair instead, and it should not be a white shirt, it should be a pink shirt. And she's also wearing pink jeans. Like I said, no limitations. And all we're going to have to do now is to write the perfect prompt, is go over here and click Run Model, and the LLM is going to write the perfect prompt for us. The LLM has now written the perfect prompt for us. So let's run the image model and take a look at our blonde model with a pink shirt and a pink jeans. And I think this is what makes Weavy so powerful. It's not only generating images and videos for us, it also can write prompts for us as well. So we have an integrated ChatGPT inside this canvas. If you want to access this LLM node right here, all you're going to have to do is go to the left side to our node overview and then type in any LLM, and you can just drag it onto the canvas. When you give it a click, you will see that you also can choose your model. So you have all of the best models integrated, from Claude to Google Gemini, also as well as ChatGPT. Then just choose your favorite model and we can really use it to write prompts for us, all integrated into this one workflow. As you guys can see, we have now generated our model with the blonde hair and the pink outfit. And yeah, the output is pretty amazing. And the reason for that is this great structure we have in place. And if you want to change anything, just go back to your input box and then run the LLM. And with one click, you have the perfect prompt to generate super realistic models, and then run the image model and the prompt will turn into a super realistic output. Now we can go back to our model from the beginning, right here, this one, and take this image and even enhance the realism. This is what we're going to do now. And we have a prompt in place right here. This is basically just a text input prompt, and it describes exactly how it can basically enhance the realism of our output. If you want this enhancement prompt, it will be all inside the workflow. As I said before, you can access it to the first link below, and it will lead to our school community, and in there you have the whole workflow with all the prompts. So if you take a look at the prompt, what we're doing right here is we're going to tell him we're going to use the reference image we have just created as a base. It should not change anything from angle to framing or pose. It only should enhance the realism and natural human skin. So there's a whole description right here in place, and yeah, we're going to take this from the beginning, right? It looks pretty nice, but the skin is super AI, like I can definitely tell that. And now we're going to enhance the realism by that. And as you can see, we now get an output like this, which is basically looking even more real. It has some under eye texture, some freckles as well as some dehydrated lips. So the power of this workflow is now we could also, of course, take our model we have generated with the blonde hair, and all we're going to have to do is click run the model, and it's going to run this realism enhancer on our second model as well. As you guys can see, the realism enhancer worked perfectly fine on our second model as well. We have now super realistic skin. The output is, I would say, nearly perfect. And when we compare it to the beginning, it was already not that bad, but the skin was definitely looking a bit AI. And this is what we use the realism enhancer for, to generate a super realistic model. So now go back to the model from the beginning, and we now want to take this great output right here and turn it into unlimited AI UGC content. And for that, we're going to have to take this model and put it into multiple scenes. And for this, we're going to use the scene creator. The structure right here is basically similar to the one in the beginning where we generated our model, and I will explain you now step by step how it works. This structure right here allows us to generate multiple scenes of our AI model in seconds in any environment. And here's how it works. First of all, we have this input box right here where we briefly describe any scene we want to generate. So for example, biting into a pizza slice, she's walking in the park, or she's in a 7-Eleven grocery store. That's all we're going to need, because below that we have another system prompt, which is basically some instructions on how to turn the simple input into a master prompt. For example, we told it she's biting into a pizza slice, and this turned into candid UGC iPhone selfie, close up front camera shot, holding a slice of greasy pizza, taking a bite with a cheeky smile, restaurant or street background, imperfect framing, iPhone smart HDR settings. So as you guys can see, we can basically just give it a brief description, and then we're going to give this, I would say, enhanced prompts together with this image we have generated before to another image model, and it will generate a whole grid of different scenes we have just described here. And this is how the output will look like. Let's take a quick look. So it takes all of these scenes we have input there, enhances them, and then generates them on base of our reference photo. So we now have our model eating pizza, we have her in the park, we have her drinking coffee, in the gym, walking over a crosswalk, in front of a monument, and so on. And this allows us to generate multiple scenes in seconds. And the best part, because we're working inside a workflow environment, we can not only generate all of those scenes for the model with the black hair, we can also go back in our workflow and select a different input, for example the model we have generated previously, and go back to our scene generator, and with one click we have multiple scenes for that model as well. And I think here the true power of AI workflows gets visible, because once this structure is in place, we basically have an unlimited content machine and can generate all those scenes in seconds for every model out there. And in the next step, we want to take all of these, I would say, amazing scenes and generate them in single images. So for this, we're going to use the structure you're going to see right here. And it looks a bit intimidating, but it's very useful, and it allows us to generate all of these amazing shots. And I will explain you now exactly how it works. To be able to now generate all those separate scenes in single images, we're going to use a new node in Weavy. And it's the so-called array node, which basically allows us to take a very long prompt and separate it into single prompts via the list node right here. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take all of the prompts we have generated previously right here to generate the grid we have right there, and going to take all of those prompts and going to give this to an LLM in combination with this system prompt right here. This system prompt is going to tell the LLM on how to structure this long list of the prompts. And there are just some basic rules that it should take each frame, right, from 1 to 16, and keep the prompts exactly as written. And yeah, join them into one single line, no line breaks, so that all of the prompts get structured very well. And now the most important rule is that it should separate each prompt with a single asterisk character. An asterisk is this star symbol, and it will basically end every prompt with this star symbol. And what this allows us, when we now give this all together to the LM to get a structure like this, you can see it takes every scene and describes it like before, right? So close up, front camera shot, holding a slice of greasy pizza, taking a bite with a cheeky smile, and so on. And in the end, it adds this asterisk. So we have all of these prompts now in a very long text, ending with the asterisk for each prompt. Then we can take our so-called array node right here and tell it to split the text by the star. And this will, as you guys can see, take all of the 16 prompts right now and split them up into individual texts. And then we can connect this to a list node and can choose which of the text we want to use. So we have basically 16 lists right here, and taking each prompt individually. Then we're going to take this prompt together with the picture from our model to an image generator, and we get outputs like these. We have our model taking a bite of the pizza, we have the model walking in the park, we have her at the backseat of the taxi, she's in the grocery store right here, she's in a souvenir shop, and so on. This is the power of the asterisks, which we use in combination with our array node right here. And just like that, we can generate multiple scenes of our model within seconds. And finally, we can even take it to an animator. What this is basically doing is we're taking a video model like Google Veo 3.1, for example, and giving it the shot we have generated, for example, the shot of her in the gym. We're going to take this to a video model and give it a short script, right? She's talking naturally to the camera and she says, okay, this was intense, but the workout is done. And then we're going to animate it and we get results like this.
Okay, this was intense, but like, workout is done.
We could do this for every single shot right here, and we would have unlimited animated videos of our character. And this is basically what we did right here. To just give a quick reminder of what we did. So first of all, we generated our model right here. You remember we described her with the hair color and so on. Then we got an output and took this to the realism enhancer. Then we has gotten this model as a result with way more, I would say, realistic features. This is our hero shot. From here, we now generate scenes with the scene creator, and we got an output like this. We got multiple scenes of our character in different situations. Then we use the array node to split up all of those scenes and generate multiple shots of our AI UGC character. And finally, we have an animator to generate videos like this. This is basically our unlimited AI UGC workflow. There are multiple use cases for workflows like this. And as I promised, we're even going to take a look at the second workflow, which will be also linked below in the school community if you want to have a full access to this. And this one is crazy. It's going to do a whole fashion campaign within one workflow, and we can basically just drag in other pieces of clothes and generate a full fashion campaign for us, or like a photo shoot, whatever you want to call it. And let's take a look at this together. I will go over through it a bit more quickly, and where we have new functionalities, I will explain it a little bit more in detail. So this is the workflow right here. We have basically the same system like in the beginning of our model generation. It's also that you can enter here your details, how you want your model to look like. We're gonna put this into an LLM to generate the perfect prompt for us, and it's gonna split it up with an array node right here to generate a headshot and a full body shot. And the amazing part about this, we can now modify this model right here to perfectly fit our brand identity and the clothes she's going to wear. All we're gonna have to do for this is go back to the beginning, and we can change all the features we put in here. We can change the height, the skin type, the hairstyle, whatever we want. And this is basically amazing because in real life it's always really hard to find the perfect model. It's also going to be expensive, or you're not even going to find her. So here we do it with just a few clicks, which I think is amazing. The next step is going to be to take this model right here and put on the clothes from our brand. To do this, we first have to bring in all of the files with photos of the clothing pieces as a reference. For this, we have our second module right here, which is the style and outfit reference. As you can see, we bring in all the clothing pieces from our brand we want her to wear, like these fancy pants right here. We have some cool sunglasses, the shoes, gloves, and the hat. And how you're going to do this is basically go to the left side and click on the node overview and bring an import node onto the canvas. Give it a click, and you can basically choose any picture from your computer. If it's a picture of yourself, an existing model, or a clothing piece, it doesn't matter. And by doing so, we brought in the whole outfit she's going to wear. And as you can see from the green lines, we now take every single piece right here and bring it together into one image model together with this image we have generated previously. And we're also going to add a prompt where we're just going to say perform a garment transfer. So it should put all the clothes onto the model. And just like that, we generated our hero shot, and our model is now wearing the clothes from our brand without having us to do a real photo shoot. Idea is now that we take our model from this photo, wearing the clothes from our brand, and turn this into multiple scenes and multiple shots, so we have a full photo shooting. To do this, we have our next module, which is the lifestyle shot generator. It consists of an input prompt where we define this idea of generating 6 lifestyle photo shoots based on the reference image we have just generated, and a system prompt which defines all of those 6 scenes and how it should generate those. And then we give both of these inputs, like the generation of the 6 lifestyle shots as well as the system prompt, to an LLM, and it will write all of these 6 prompts for us without having us to lift a single finger. This we then take to an array node to split it up into single prompts and give it to an image model via a list node. So this is every single prompt split up, and we give this to the image model, in this case Nana Banana, together with our reference photo from the beginning. So as you guys can see, we now have multiple shots of our model. I think the shots turned out quite amazing. It's a close-up, we have her posing the gloves to the camera, as well as her posing to the camera as well right here in a different pose. And just like that, we generated multiple shots and have now a full photo shooting. As a last and final step, we're now going to take all of those images right here and going to animate them in a video model. So we're going to, for example, take this shot right here and go over here to our animator module, and then we're going to animate it with Kling. And we have also a little bit longer prompt describing the scene. You have full creative freedom right here what you want to animate. And let's take a look at this together. And yeah, basically it brings our shot to life. I think this is really important nowadays, especially in fashion, that you have very attractive visuals, and of course some motion in there makes it even more realistic. And we have done this for the several shots right here. This is the second animation we have made, where she's like posing for the camera with the gloves. And finally, we also have one for the sunglasses right here, which we also animated within Kling. And then we even put all of those shots together in a video concatenator. And right here, we now have the final result of our AI photo shoot campaign. So we have now a full video of her posing, showing off the pieces of the clothing campaign. And I think this is very powerful. So when we take a look again, what we just did. In the first step, we generated our model right here, which perfectly fits to our campaign. Then we imported all of the clothes she should be wearing, and with one click, she's wearing all of the brand campaign clothes. Then we let the LLM write all the scenes for us to generate multiple scenes of her. And then finally, we take it into an animator to bring these shots to life. And this was the second workflow right here, generating a full AI fashion campaign inside one workflow. And we're already producing the next Weavy Masterclass. It's going to be an advanced one. We're going to show even more workflows for you guys where we take it to another level. So make sure to subscribe to not miss this out. And if you gain some value, make sure to give it a like. We always try to give out all the value for free. So really appreciate this. And moreover, in our community, the first link below, we have multiple lessons available on Weavy. So make sure to check this out as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.